It's been a while since we've heard about Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, and Chris Rock, but people are still knowing about what happened, and people still rewatching what Selective Outrage, the Netflix special where Chris Rock performed live in Baltimore. Sponsored by Netflix, which also Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, and Adam Sandler were also there supporting. And that was the first Netflix live show. So that was like also first time. And regarding that, all the way back to the Oscars last year to the Red Table Talk incident, and regarding Jada Pinkett cheating on Will Smith when they had split, as we have heard, and she had cheated on Will for their son, Jaden's best friend, who is the R&B singer August Alsina. And literally humiliated William. No concern. Just being toxic. She was being a narcissist. And then a couple years before, as Chris mentioned, Chris Rock was trying to be the announcer for the Oscar Awards, but that incident because Will Smith didn't get nominated for the role of Concussion, Suicide Squad movie. Which Margaret Robbie, she was in that movie, and also Jared Leto was also in that movie. And then G.I. Jane joke at last year's Oscar Awards, which was basically harmless joke, not offensive, as people still think it is, and that they're just stupid to even realize that G.I. Jane, female military character played by Demi Moore, talented African American actress. And of course, if you're in the army, of course you're going to have to shave off your hair, especially if you're a person who have long hair. Of course, you're going to have to deal with that because, of course, during training and everything's serious. And if you know Jada Pinkett's acting history, you know that she was in Set It Off, and also The Matrix, and also the voice actress for Gloria from Madagascar. So she has some tough lady roles. So of course, no offense there. So, and Will Smith, he was laughing until, and of course, the talk because of a toxic marriage. Of course, Will Smith, he was of course how Jada treated him. He was holding all this anger inside him, and people know him as the nice guy. And an actor you could probably look up to, and also his rap career in his old days. Before he continued doing acting, he was known for clean rap. And then because of what the look Jada Pinkett gave him, of course, she was a puppet master, and of course, Will Smith can't hit a guy his size, right? So he ended up picking on a smaller guy and a weaker guy, Chris Rock. And then Selective Outrage happened this year in March, around the same time as the Oscar Awards, which Jimmy Kimmel hosted that one, so of course defending him, thank goodness. But just recently, Jada Pinkett had a recent memoir called Worthy. And when people heard that, and of course, when she announced that, actually, me and Will, we split 7 years ago, and people are like, so Will Smith slapped Chris Rock for no reason. And of course, people continuing to support Chris Rock because of course Chris Rock, first African American person to host the Oscar Awards, and you know the stereotypes of back in the old days, how African Americans, whether you're black or brown, how people were acting and behaving, and that stereotype of all these black people, these N-word, always act like this, and are they even worthy of hosting a national global award show? And then Chris Rock tried to prove them wrong and tried to do it, and when he got slapped in the face, you know that he was trying to he kind of clench his face and fist, and then he realized where he was. Cameras are going on, recording everywhere. U.S. television, North American television networks, Spanish networks, Mexican networks, South American networks, European networks, Middle East networks, Asian networks, Pacific Coast, African. Everyone saw what was going to happen. He just continued. And that's why he tolerable. He made the right choice. And people still don't understand that, but and people are making react videos and on TikTok and YouTube and other social media platforms, and saying, if it was me hosting in Chris Rock's spot, I would have done this, but they don't understand the stereotype part. So if you are not from a minority or a different racial group, you need to understand that that's why Chris Rock didn't do that. And apparently, don't forget the kids Will Smith had with his first wife, and also the kids he had with Jada Pinkett. And apparently, the kids want privacy. But remember last year, as soon as Will slapped Chris Rock, there was a post on Twitter, and this was before Elon Musk changed the name of Twitter to X. Jaden Smith post, and that's how we do it. And that post got deleted by him, but because of course the backlash and everything, and oh, these people. And you know, Jaden Smith, he also had some acting roles. He'd also Karate Kid, the 2010 version, which was actually Kung Fu with Jackie Chan, but of course which was actually directed by Will Smith and Jada Pinkett themselves. And they only named it Karate Kid because there was a Karate Kid 2, 3, and the next Karate Kid was a Hot Topic. In the martial arts movies, and then Ralph Macchio and Hilary Swank's performance was well known, and of course, created like, let's make a Kung Fu version of that, and they decided, let's put Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan in it. And also Jaden Smith also made some hip hop songs. And Willow Smith, she also did some hip hop and other songs. Which before the slap incident, she also did a collab with Machine Gun Kelly, former rapper, punk rock artist, emo girl, which is basically singing about how I fell in love with the emo girl. And also Willow Smith also made some new songs after the incident and Selective Outrage. So, well, Jada Smith and Willow Smith, they said they feel bad for that with all the recent headlines about their parents, and also they also did some similar things with Trey Smith, who said, I know he has been going through a lot lately, and this isn't helping, and wish some of the family's private matters remain private. And of course, Trey Smith is the eldest son, and also not famous, unless Will Smith mentioned them. And of course, people know Will Smith for his songs and also his acting career, and unfortunately the Oscar slap. And Jada Pinkett for some movies. And Madagascar, Gloria. But of course, and don't forget, Will Smith, he literally posted on Instagram, I apologize for how I acted, and they even uploaded a YouTube video and also on Instagram. But people were also were looking at it, and they were actually wondering if is Will Smith actually apologizing, or is this just to save his career and save face? Because if Will Smith actually wanted to apologize, he could have just secretly hit up Chris Rock's agent, and the agent would have notified Chris Rock, hey, Will Smith wants to apologize, and then they could just meet up in person and or call, and they would just make up. And Chris Rock would just do his comedy tours, and he may have not had to do a selective outrage, but of course that apology tour, the one who would actually wanted to do an apology tour would have most likely been Chris Rock, but as you know, Chris Rock mentioned, I couldn't believe it. I love Men in Black, but I'm not a victim, baby. You won't see me at Oprah or Gayle King crying. And even though he was got assaulted on stage, and security didn't do anything. And Will Smith should have been arrested and at least charged for it, and of course he did deserve to get kicked out for tenure in the Academy, though he wouldn't get nominated for an Oscar. So we wouldn't have hear from him until like 2042, 32-ish. But why would Jaden Smith even, why did he make that post? Why did he? And then suddenly he wants family information to be private. And if did he do anything about his mom in a relationship with his friend, which we don't exactly know if he's still a friend with August Alsina, because August Alsina, he's busy, he's in a relationship with his boyfriend, he's probably making some more music. Why didn't Willow do anything about it and before? And you saw that video after the Oscar award last year, and you saw Will Smith and Jada Pinkett partying, having a time of their life. So the only person out of the Smith family who actually had the proper mentality was probably Trey Smith, and technically Jada is not his mom, because of course Will Smith's second wife, because he married for the second time. And technically Will Smith is his dad, so Will Smith needs to actually consider what his son is saying, And Oscar awards slap. You should also know that Jada Pinkett also directed documentary movie about Queen Cleopatra, which should have been played by a person who was Egyptian or looks Egyptian, but she picked a African American actress, and that was basically after the Disney incident with race swapping with the Tinkerbell, whoever actress that was, and also Halle Bailey with the Little Mermaid live action. But not only is Jada Pinkett bad, but also Will Smith. He has made some video and talked about it about Jada and says he loves her very much. He would still wants to support her. And if Jada said we split 6 to 7 years ago, why are you still supporting someone who cheated on you, dumped you, and then literally ended up causing you career suicide by you hitting Chris Rock, and then being the butt end of the joke by Chris Rock, and technically Will Smith did, and Jada, they both deserved it, and we shouldn't call Jada Pinkett Smith. We should call her Jada Pinkett because she does not deserve to be part of that clan. And basically, anyone who actually has the proper mentality knows that family really needs to each seek therapy. Except Trey. He's good. And Jaden and Willow Smith, they are adults and they should thinking about just cutting ties and just go on their own path. Him making music or acting, and Willow continuing making music, and that's how those two should act and not have to worry about their toxic parents.